today. From Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, it's the AFC Championship game on EA Sports.
He'll look to throw. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Prescott. They'll look to throw now on first down. Escaping the pressure right. That is caught. It's Chris Godwin. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4.
That's a big league job there of getting out.
7 here for 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Jackson. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Malik McDowell coming right up the gut. Gets in there for a loss of 9.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets out, your best ability is often your availability. And this is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K.
set to take over again on offense. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right.
And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A big play there. 42 yards. And the Steelers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
Brings up 3rd down. On 3rd down, here's Dobbins. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared?
And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Chris Godwin, 60 yards. And the Steelers continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. On this stage, conference championship game, every play is magnified, and that was a big play.
No doubt about it. One thing that has these guys...
The tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Uses the stiff arm. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield.
Good, strong, explosive run that started inside.
On 1st and 10, Redding. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down. Boy, every time I see speed like that off the edge, Charles, I just don't know how these offensive linemen do it. I would think that they would get called for it.
But sometimes you end up setting back in the offensive backfield a little bit farther to try and help you with the edge. That's a penalty as well. Sometimes you overset, they'll come inside of you. That's what speed does. It disrupts an offense. And right now, you've got to pay attention to this edge rusher on every single down.
No score after 1. The Rams on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. They'll get only a yard out of that. They start the drive with Lynch, finding some room at midfield. And all the way down to the 41-yard line. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. He'll buy some time right. He finds his man complete. It's blocked. And he taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line.
That's a big league job there of getting out of the box.
They were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting a
Blitz coming, and down he goes. That'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up second. They tried to go with a little play action there, but nobody on the defensive side bit.
Yeah, they adjusted in time and in a big way and ultimately got the sack. On offense, sometimes you're running play action just to set up a certain blocking technique. In this case, they could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Left side and into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. 72 yards on the punt return, and the Steelers get the quick strike touchdown.
When you got a guy that fast back there to receive punts, that's a nightmare for the guy game planning, the special teams coach, but it's also a nightmare for the punters.
And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And he's going to... A great effort there. Scoring on the 2-yard keeper. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Offensively, pretty effective option play there for the score.
Certainly was, and it appeared to me that the defense overshifted and overplayed the trail back, the pitch man, and almost forgot about it. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. He gets it complete to Harris. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39.
You know that people like to take a shot in this part of the field, but at the same time, as methodical as they've been, they might want to run the ball a little bit here too.
And just on the outskirts of the red zone, they have options now. Either way, though, they've come out with a purpose.
But they're at home. I guess he's going to try and find a way to get the home crowd involved early.
They'll start by running the option to the right. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the
big play.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second, no gain that time, but it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. On 3rd down, Jackson. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Devin Bush.
Make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
To throw now on 1st down. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
Guys who have ball skills and understand what the passing game can do and gives them a chance to react and make a play on the football, and they take one of those away.
Chris Godwin there to make the grab. And the Steelers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
If you didn't know it, it won't surprise you to find out that this team leads the league in scoring. They've been a quick strike team all season long. There's another example. They did it again. This offensive coordinator, right now, you can write his ticket towards being a head coach. He's at figure out, do I need to blitz him? Do I need to pressure him? How do I gain an advantage on this snap?
And that falls to the ground.
That's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45.
Just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder.
Pressure comes and the Steelers take him down. Devin Bush picks up his second and set to go to work once again. And no doubt he's come out of the gate strong. Only in week 3, and you see the numbers thus far.
And we always talk about identity, setting a tone, you know, getting the groundwork laid for the season or for a game. And that's what they've done with the running game so far.
And that's caught inside the 35. And they finally do before he reaches the 27. A big play that time for Pittsburgh.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. They'll look to throw here. That's complete right around the 8. And in for the Steelers touchdown. A great play there as the first half is winding down. And the Steelers would extend their lead here just before halftime.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined. When they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
Fall victim to it themselves.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging into our second half blowout material. Back to throw. Got his man, it's caught for a Steelers touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. And they use that height on the outside to get the score.
We've seen the evolution of the wide receivers. They've